If you are looking for good gaming performance, but you also want something that's portable and that's going to be useful for your work or perhaps college or high school, then you may want a gaming laptop. And I will show you the best gaming laptops for all budgets right now in December 2023 for the holiday season. I will also tell you what you can expect out of these laptops in terms of performance. That way you know the type of gaming performance that you are getting here. All the links to these laptops and bonus ones will be down below in the video description. With that being said, let's start. With the first one we have the Acer Nitro 5. This one has the AMD Ryzen 7 6800H for the CPU, and then you get the RTX 3070 Ti for the GPU, alongside 32 gigs of DDR5 memory, a 1TB Gen 4 SSD, and a 165Hz 1440p monitor. The total price for this system is $1,100, and you can expect 60+ FPS on average on high to ultra settings in most titles with no issues. The RTX 3070 Ti, it's actually an amazing GPU for laptops, and if you want to play easier to run titles such as Fortnite, Valorant, CS2, and all of these type of shooters, you can expect anywhere from 144+ FPS on average to 240+ depending on the settings. And since you're getting a 1440p monitor, you are getting a balance between resolution and also performance. As I said before, the price is $1,100 by the time that I'm recording this video, and it arrives before Christmas, so that's good. If you have a budget that's lower than this one, I will leave those in the video description as bonus ones. That way everyone gets a system regardless of your budget. But if you have more money, I do recommend you getting the Omen 17. This one is on a $550 discount, and it comes with the RTX 4070 laptop GPU alongside the i7 13700HX for the CPU. You also get a 1TB SSD, you get a bigger display with 17 inches, and then you get 16 gigs of RAM of DDR5 memory. So for $1,400 you're getting a great 1440p experience, and I do love the Omen software. I tested the Omen 16 myself with the same specifications as this Omen 17, where I achieved 90 FPS on average on Hogwarts Legacy on 1440p Ultra, which is a high demanding title, and then I achieved around 300 FPS on average in Fortnite performance mode and over 60+ FPS on average in all high demanding titles. So you will have my review about it in the top right of the screen in case you want to see more about this laptop overall. With the next one for under $1,500, $1,475 to be exact, you can get the Asus ROG Strix Scar 15. This one has the RTX 3080 for laptops and a Ryzen 9 5900HX alongside 32 gigs of RAM and 1TB of SSD. In terms of performance, you are going to get about 30% faster rasterized performance than the Omen 17 with the RTX 4070 for laptops, so you can play any game at 1440p ultra settings with no issues. But here you get a 1080p display, and the reason why I picked this one is because you get a display with 300Hz of refresh rate, meaning that is really ideal for competitive gaming. If you want to play competitively and you want to play the shooters that I've mentioned before, this laptop is going to be your best option in my opinion in terms of price to performance, since you get a very capable GPU even for 1440p if you want to upgrade down the line, and for 1080p you are getting an amazing system that's going to deliver plenty of performance, and I'm talking about over 120 FPS on high to ultra settings at 1080p. And if you want a 1440p resolution display, you can either go with the last laptop or still get this one because it has better performance, and then plug it to an external 1440p monitor. With the next one we have a better laptop but for $2,080. Now the base model is $1,100, but you have to click on customize and buy and change the following. For the processor and graphics, go with the last option, the one that says i7 13700HX alongside the RTX 4080 laptop GPU. Then where it says display, go with the option that says 1440p 240Hz display. Then where it says storage, switch to 1TB of SSD, and then scroll down to where it says keyboard and networking and go with the full size 4-zone RGB keyboard, and then upgrade to the Intel Wi-Fi. Once you made these upgrades, the total price should be around $2,080. Now here you get the RTX 4080 for laptops, and overall a great laptop for 1440p resolution, and you get a 1440p 240Hz monitor, which is the main difference with this laptop and the other one, because in the other laptop you get a 1080p 300Hz display, which is going to be awesome for competitive titles. But if you want a balance between resolution and also a high refresh rate monitor, a 1440p 240 240Hz display is going to make a huge difference when it comes to visuals. And you're not going to be losing refresh rate because, to be honest, between 240Hz and 300, you are not going to notice the difference. So even though this laptop is expensive, I highly recommend it if you have around $2,000 to spend. I also tested a laptop like this one, and you will have that review in the top right of the screen as well, with more benchmarks. And then if you just want the best of the best, I do recommend you getting the Asus ROG Strix Scar 17. This one has the Ryzen 9 7945HX alongside the RTX 4090 for laptops, 32 gigs of RAM and 2 TB of SSD. This one is $3,750, so really expensive, but you are getting the best of the best in terms of laptop performance. And you can plug a 4K external monitor if you want and get a 60+ FPS on average experience with no issues. But the display on this laptop is a 240Hz 1440p monitor, which you are going to be taking advantage of because the 4090 for laptops is more than enough for 1440p 240Hz resolution. And I do want to say that if you want the best performance on the market, then I do recommend you considering a desktop. I know that you may not want a desktop for portability reasons, and that's completely fine, but if you're open to buying a desktop, then a Prebuilt PC is actually going to be a really great choice if you do not want to build it yourself. And since you are looking for laptops, I highly doubt that you want to build a system yourself. So you will have my video on the best Prebuilt PCs for December holiday season. You will have that one down below in the video description and also in the top right of the screen with the other laptop reviews. Thank you guys for watching, thank you for the support, and I will see you on the next one.